Hello, Motivators, and thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you giving me your time. So this entire video, I'm going to be discussing the 5-day Unshakable challenge that I just did with Tony Robbins. And one of the best ways to retain the information and knowledge that you just went over is to review it and teach it to somebody else. So that's what I'm going to do here. Thank you. You will not regret giving me your time on this. So on day one, Tony Robbins really emphasized energy and what that means for you and your body. Because if you change your energy, you change the state that you exist in. Now, let's look at that for a second. Tony had people basically, do these movements and get their body moving because, if you start doing stuff that, you never or haven't done in a while, it's going to get energy to that area because the prime law in physics and our universe is either growth or entropy. That is expansion or contraction. What that means is it costs too much energy for a cell to maintain the same rate. So if it's not used, it's going to fall into entropy, in decay. Yet if it is used, then it goes into expansion. Now, another universal law is the law of conservation, which states the measured quantity of any object or the measured quantity, the amount of some measured quantity remains the same no matter what. And the biggest law of that conservation is the conservation of mass and energy. Now, let's think about that for a second. Mass and energy. You already know that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It could only be converted into another form. As such, the energy that you wish to have in your life, in your body, is basically already there. Your energy doesn't come from food. It helps to maintain and grow, but your energy does not come from food, even though, protein and calories burn 4 GZs for every 1 gram, and fat burns 9 GZs for every 1 gram. So, fat gives you more sustainable energy over time, but that's not the energy that we're talking about. I'm talking about the energy that exists inside of you right now, because sound is a vibration. Energy is a vibration. Therefore, you are a vibration too. And your thoughts and what you do on a constant basis cause you to vibrate at a certain frequency. Now, this is what I just went over was nothing that Tony Robbins was talking about, except for the energy and state. I'm breaking this down even further for you because that's what I do. I break things down into their simplest equation. It's just a beautiful aspect of my mind. So, as such, creating random bursts of energy or random bursts of movements and sound, will create increased energy in your body, which will move into momentum. Now, let's look at that word momentum. The Latin word movimentum, and it's becoming my favorite word because I speak about momentum all the time and it's a running theme in my book. But the Latin word movimentum has turned into the 2 words in our English language, movement and momentum. So it's been separated. Now, I would like you to recombine that word and focus on that movimentum for the rest of your life as you are going towards your goals and dreams, because whatever it is that you want to do, doing it, the act of doing is the act of becoming. As such, you're going to create more momentum naturally by doing what you want to do. And one of the ways to create momentum for your entire body is to start moving more than you already do now. Think about it. I don't know if you watch TV. I don't. But when was the last time you sat there and watched TV and just did some shoulder rises or brought your legs up to your chest for some oblique and glutes and quadriceps and hamstring exercises? I can't answer that question for you. Only you can. But only you know how much movement or lack of movement that you're having in your life. Now day 2, it was about changing our habits and identifying our challenges and looking at them differently. And my favorite quote was this right here: "The quality of the hero is completely shaped by the power of the villain that opposes them." Yeah. So the challenges in your life aren't, oh, woe is me. Why is this happening to me? Because one, that's the wrong mentality. But the harder the challenge is in your life, the greater the strength of the hero of the story. And you're the hero of your own story. Like, nobody else can do the story for you. It's yours and yours alone. So the challenges that you have endured and are forced to face are there to make you stronger. So the next time something terrible or bad happens in your life, I want you to look at it and say good, because that's going to instantly change your mindset into removing away and focusing on the negative, and changes it to look for a solution for that problem. Not only that, but it helps you avoid the damaging effects of complaining. Because when you complain, you lower your state. It brings you down. That's taking away your energy. You need that. That is necessary. Now on day 3 was all about relationships and what you bring to the relationship. But it's not what you bring as in a item or a thing. It's what part of yourself do you bring to this relationship, whether business or personal. It's supposed to be a duality. It's not supposed to be, what am I getting out of this? What am I bringing to this situation? And one of the best ways to ensure that you get more down the road is to give and do more for that relationship than whatever was expected. Because the problem with expectations is that people tend to not express them. They don't state their expectations from the beginning, and it leads to a perceived level of stress and frustration because you think somebody is supposed to live up to the expectations that you have about the situation when you never explained your expectations to begin with. Yes, powerful stuff here. Powerful stuff here. Now, day 4 was really about changing your story, changing how you identify yourself, and rewriting your internal paradigms, your subconscious beliefs, because those subconscious beliefs are holding you back. And everybody has been told no a million times. You can't do that since you were born. As such, we have this subconscious belief that is holding you back. In my book, I call it negative residue, but that's a whole nother story. It's true. And day 5 was pretty much a summary of everything that we went over. But the most important thing is change your energy, change your state, identify where you want to be, and honestly state where you are now. Because there's a gap in between the two, and you need to figure out the steps that you need to go. And whatever it is that you want to do, you don't need to know all the steps to get there. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you.